Oh, y'all, goodness gracious. All right, somebody's in here with me now. Hello, everybody. Hi. Sorry, I'm scrolling through the things that are online as I'm trying to see a few pieces of this concert. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be watching these videos for days, aren't I? Whether AMC posts anything or not, the good news is that we will have things to watch. Hello, I am Joel Sharpton, one half of the Articulate Coven,
the original unofficial fan podcast for Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles and the Lives of the Mayfair Witches. Welcome to the Coven, you butterscotch bitches.
You butterscotch bitches!
We're going to be joined here in a little while by my co-host, Ashley Wright-Eiler. She was in New York tonight. Isn't that exciting? She was at the Beacon Theater for one night only, as the Vampire Lestat was live on stage. Holy moly, y'all. It's a terrible background here. Let me see if I can get a better one. There we go. I can at least get some art in the background. There we go. I've got my art on, representing for the Coven. Y'all, the Vampire Lestat did a concert tonight. I got a mic out and everything. None of this stuff's connected. I'm just using my AirPods and my webcam built into my laptop because I am on the road. I am so glad to be with you all, though. Let me go here into the chat. There we go. Melissa, anyone there? It's just me. Can you hear me, Melissa? Yes. Okay, you can hear me. Good. Hey. Sorry, I am trying to get set up here, and I was trying to watch a little bit of the footage that folks had posted. I think you had shared it, Melissa, in the chat group that we're in, of the little video of Butterscotch Bitch. Holy moly. I genuinely, I can't believe that this has happened. I was wondering else if anybody had gotten here. No, there's a couple of other people in the live. I do want to tell you all, if you're watching this, you can chat. There is a public chat that is available for everybody, and you can add comments in there and chat back and forth to each other while we are on. So my wife Kelly and I, hi Timea, and our oldest son Judah are all in Baton Rouge tonight. We are getting ready for a we're getting ready for college orientation tomorrow. So it was a weird time of the year for the Vampire Lestat to perform anyway. But the whole time that Kelly and Judah were at dinner, I was on my almost dead phone trying to see anybody's Instagram videos and what they had shared in different places. Ashley got some video. She was not able to go live in the theater, but she got some video, so we'll get those posted at some point, I'm sure. And I may make them part of this video when it goes up for patrons in an edited version, and when it goes up for the YouTube watchers and listeners too. So first of all, was anybody else there from our group? I know Ashley was there, and I know she bumped into somebody in line, but I don't think that person got in. I think there was at least a couple of folks in the group that said they had gotten approved for tickets, but I haven't heard from any of those folks today. So y'all tell me in the comments, who have you all been watching? Who have you all been watching today to try to stay up to date with what is going on up there? My guess is Toby says I'm downloading the app. You could do it through the browser too, I think. Threads has been a godsend today. Tania, yes, I watched a lot of stuff on Threads, actually. You're absolutely right. I'm on my computer like an old lady. Melissa, you and me both, honestly. It's been so much fun to watch our numbers go up today, though. Allie says, I just woke up and it's my birthday. I haven't caught up on everything yet. Allie, Akasha showed up at the concert. The world is ending now. I'm so sorry to tell you. It's all happened for real. Happy birthday, Allie. No, not really. I don't think Akasha did show up at the concert. If she had, I think we would have heard about that. Although, I don't know. Ashley will be on here in a little while, and she can tell us whether we have an impending apocalypse or not to worry about. Yeah, it's been really fun to watch two things. First of all, we've gotten a lot of new um, patrons in the last couple of days. And also today, specifically, since Ashley started posting in New York, our Instagram subs have gone through the roof, which is a lot of fun. Toby, you made it. Yes. Mandy, hello. Melissa, hello. Allie, Bran is in here. Yay, Tania. Okay, I am super, super excited. Y'all, genuinely, let's just acknowledge for a second how crazy it is that any of this is happening. I mean, genuinely. Um, we, most of us read this book, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, depending upon how old we are. And hi from Australia, Joel. Oh my gosh, Sharlien, thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, we read this book, decades ago, and we have been dreaming of it and imagining what it could be. And for them to have done it so accurately, Melissa says we got someone as awesome as Sam. Not just someone as like being a great performer is one thing, right? But Sam is also seems to be a genuinely good human being, and he's fun, and he loves this content and this work and this character and this author. Um, no sound for you guys. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Let's see. Okay, I have sound. I can hear you. All right, it's not me. I have sound. You're just really pixelated. I can do something about that. Actually, I can stop my uploads. I can pause the upload, which will give my file a little more bandwidth. That'll help. Thank you guys for helping me this, by the way. I'm on my computer, Google Chrome. Yeah, it might be bad internet on your end too, Ali, but probably not. And me turning off the uploads on my end will help because now it's just the live stream that is using most of my bandwidth, and the file will live in the background, and I'll get upload it in the end eventually. I just downloaded the app. I'm just getting set. Okay, there we go. Oh, you're only getting text. Huh. Hello from Canada. I usually just lurk, so I know no one knows me, but hi, Cooper. Cooper Thielemann? Is that your last name? I think you're a fairly recent patron. Good to have you. And we love Canadians here. We've got a few of you also already in the chat, so we're big fans of the Canadians. I might have to flee as a refugee to your country someday, so try Xing out of the text screen to Nia. That's good advice, Tommy. Sometimes if you're on the app and you go to the chat function, it might fill up your whole screen. There's kind of layers for that to work. It works really well in the Chrome browser. I can tell you that on a regular computer, but it should work just fine in the app as well. Joined the Patreon a few months ago, but I've been listening for years, excited to join the patrons band. What the fuck? Still no sound for you. Bran, why don't they love you? Yes, the little videos that people have posted on the Facebook group of Lestat on stage. Oh my God, yes. Thank you to every single one of you that were there and were able to take a little video. I hate being dumb and old sometimes. Okay, Bran, two things. First of all, if your phone or your tablet is on silent, that might do it. Like literally make sure your whole device is not on silent. That happens to me sometimes. 29 years for Lestat to turn me. Yes, I started reading VC at 10. Oops. Allie, I was 12 years old when I started reading these books. Oh, sorry. Yes, Bran. God bless it, Melissa. You're right. Uh, uh, I'm sitting here giving Bran advice. Bran, turn your device off of silent mode. There we go. Yeah, so here's my point though. We've been waiting so long for this book, right? We saw other adaptations even. We got Interview with the Vampire. The 94 movie is good, y'all. It's a good movie. Except now that we've seen this adaptation, Ashley and I and Judah, we went back and watched it, and all of us were like, ooh, ooh. It's not as bad as Queen of the Damned is as far as an adaptation goes. But once you have seen, I mean, the World War II thing is how are you gonna? Oh, it's World War I think. How are you gonna keep them down on the farm once they've seen Gay Paris or whatever? Like, yeah, the same thing. And Sharlien, you're right. The idea that we actually got a concert, he performed on stage with that band. It's just like, I really cannot believe that it's happened, y'all. I really just cannot believe that it's happened. The music is so good too. Like, if you haven't seen them, I've got I think both of my reactions are up now on Patreon. At least the first one is. Maybe you all haven't seen Your Biggest Fan yet, but I've reacted to Butterscotch Bitch and Your Biggest Fan in the last week, and those will go up on YouTube eventually as well sometime this week. Silent mode off. Brand says, yeah, Ashley must be absolutely having an out of body experience being there. Yeah, she messaged earlier and was just like, she was just sort of overwhelmed, and I'm imagining that's probably going to be the case when she gets on. It's still a great adaptation, 1994, and I've seen it a few times since. Still felt like it held up until this last watch. It finally waned in comparison. Yeah, yeah, that's it, man. It's still good. It's just we have seen great now. And once you've seen great, you are no longer happy with good. This is the biggest problem I think that the Immortal Universe has moving forward and expanding, is that the central show is so good. It's just so good. I don't know how any other creative teams are going to be able to compare and stand up next to them. Honestly, it's going to be a problem. Biggest fan is my fave. His voice. I love Butterscotch Bitch too. Okay, so I said it in my reactions. Butterscotch Bitch is my favorite so far. I think it is just a straight up bop. However, is it dark in here or is it just me? Mandy says, is it dark in here? I'm turning my light up a little bit. Is that helpful? I don't know. I can turn. Do I have another light in this room? I think I might. Hang on a minute. There's some light. There's some more light. Is that any better? There we go. Hi, other Mandy. I can't see or hear anything, Mandy says. Oh my goodness, other Mandy. Okay, two things. Let's see, other Mandy. And if you're in the chat, you might, I think sometimes if you're on a phone, if you open up the chat mode, I think you can't get back to the video very easily. Although right now you're just looking at me in my weird hotel room. Sorry, I got panicked there. The lyrics on Biggest Fan just floored me when I first heard it, and I just appreciate a song about the book so much. The point of view from Magnus is so genius. Yes, that's exactly it. Okay, so what I was going to say was Butterscotch Bitch is my favorite song so far. However, I think Biggest Fan is the one that I'm going to come back to, again and again and again and again and again. I think Biggest Fan is the one a year from now that will have the most of these current songs anyway. My guess is they're still, what are they holding back? Right? Okay, we heard there were going to be some new songs tonight, for instance. I haven't heard any new music yet. Have you all? Did you hear any of the new songs? But my guess is at this point, I think we're going to get a lot of songs, and not just this season. I think we're going to get songs into next season as well. Melissa says they heard 2 songs tonight that they didn't already know. Okay, Black Licorice. Have we heard Black Licorice yet? Did that get played tonight? I'm saving, but don't want to listen. Mandy, I'm with you. I don't really. I want to listen to them in full context. I was even a little worried about listening to these things before I saw the show. Cooper says, I love Biggest Fan. And it felt to me like all of the songs we got so far, that one felt like the most like the song I imagined reading the descriptions of Lestat's music in the books. Oh, good call. Good call. Lestat's, God bless her. And we talked about this when we did our book episodes on the Vampire Lestat. Anne's music is not great in that book, y'all. The lyrics are not, she does not know how to write a song, actually, in fact. She's not an above average poet, I would say. And so, I think the music has always been a tight needle to thread. It's one of the reasons why I think Queen of the Damned took the turn they did in that movie. And I think if you can point to anything in that movie, it's Aaliyah and it's the music that is okay. Every birthday in my household has the "It's my birthday, fuck you" rule. So every birthday we can ask or do anything within reason. Mine's going to be sitting my husband down and making him listen to all the songs released so far. Allie, I love that. I love that idea. Tommy, I can't figure out this damn app, y'all. I'm so sorry, Tommy. Tommy, genuinely try joining in the browser. Yeah, just try the browser, not the app. I agree. I'm Gen X with technical difficulties. How do I figure this out? I'm in the app. Okay, Mandy. My guess is you're stuck in chat mode. Here is the plus side, y'all. Here's the reason why I'm doing this instead of streaming directly to Patreon, which I think I could do. Two reasons. First of all, I really like Riverside as far as recording, and it's going to make it much easier to capture Ashley's side of things. And the chat function. I can see your comments better here than if we were all over on Patreon. It's hard for me to pull in your comments while I'm doing the stream as well. This music 10 times better than Queen of the Damned. Oh, Sharlien, I'm so glad that I am not alone in that thought. I do not care for the Queen of the Damned soundtrack. I know I'm like the only one that doesn't. It is it's not for me. It is not for me. I don't really like Korn. I don't really like Stained. I don't really like it's just not my music, man. There's like 3 songs from them that I think are okay, but this is it. Glam rock is it. Glam rock is what I wanted. Mandy says, I even liked Korn. I just didn't care for that music. This music, yes. This music's so good, y'all. Genuinely, like, we got a little taste of Prince. We got a little taste of Billy Idol. We got a little taste of, Florence and the Machine. We got a little taste of the Black Keys and everything, man. Queen of the Damned was the music of my baby bat years, but this music sings to my older goth millennial self. Allie, yeah, that's right. We got a little less headbanging in us these days, don't we? Kayla, good to see you too. New metal baby for life, Kayla says. Yeah, that's okay. Tania says, I think I'm the only person who didn't like Aaliyah also. It was too campy. So I will say this about Aaliyah. Aaliyah gets points added to her performance and her memory because she died so quickly upon that performance, right? I think that's true for anybody who dies young. I think we give them a lot of posthumous credit, I guess is the way to describe it. And we eulogize that performance in a way that we might not have otherwise. Melissa says the same thing. I was not a big fan of Aaliyah either. I mean, I really did not like much about that movie, I guess. Haha. So here's my thing with Aaliyah. In the universe that movie gives us, I think she is the closest to an accurate adaptation of Akasha compared to any of the other characters, right? Marius is not Marius. Lestat is not Lestat in that movie. Louis doesn't exist in that movie. Armand's not even mentioned by name, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Aaliyah comes on screen and does what they ask her to do as Akasha in that movie. So yeah, I'm with Kimmer. The movie has so many problems, but she's the best part of it. She looks amazing. She did great with what she was directed to do. Charlene says, just the movie is so bad, it's unredeemable. Yes, I very strongly agree. Nancy says, Aaliyah did an amazing job for what little they gave her to work with. Excuse me. That's it. That is it. It's not that she's so outstanding. It's that she is outstanding in comparison to the rest of the film, I think. The love story between Lestat and Jesse. Excuse me, Charlene. Yeah, okay. I will say I like Jesse in that movie. Okay. She's not Jesse from the books though, right? And also, um, I mean, Lestat is bisexual. So yes, he does see women, but he's so straight in that movie. It's very not cool for me. I liked the music as a 16-year-old with lots of emotions, and I loved Aaliyah's music and so loved her there too. The movie itself, though, yikes. Louis is not there, and there's a love story with Jesse. No, thank you. Yeah, Melissa, that was my biggest beef too, honestly. I'm not even that big a Louis fan, y'all, but when you don't have him at all in the story, that doesn't make Lestat doesn't make sense without Louis. Honestly, he just doesn't. She's the best part of the movie. I do think we tend to look at performances from actors who die young with a lot of love because we only get a finite amount. Yeah. It was suggested romance, but I like that they specifically had a scene where he refused sex. Kayla, good point. I had a crush on Lena Olin, Maharet in Queen of the Damned, but as a real redhead, I was disappointed. Ginger Erasure. Allie, yes. Okay. Lena is good in the role. I mean, again, as good as anybody is, but like, Mandy says, I love Louis enough for all of us. Mandy, you got to love him a lot. He needs a lot of love. What's the line? What's the line that Paul says in season 1? Does Remy have enough love in his heart for Grace? She needs a lot of love, you know? Yeah, Louis needs a lot of love for sure. All right, let's see how our intrepid reporter is doing here. Okay, does anybody have a different favorite song? So far, we've heard a couple of people say biggest fan. So far, we've heard a couple of people say Butterscotch Bitch. Somebody's like, oh, I tried to Google and Safari. Who can't get in? Bran can't get in. Oh no, Bran! Yeah, go Louis on it and light it up, Bran. Chrome browser works the best. Bran, I feel so bad. I mean, Longface was great intro to the music that's been on the playlist for an age. Yeah, Longface is good. It is funny though. Tania says I'm on Safari on my phone and it's just fine. There you go. Somebody messaged Bran that. I love the various flavors of music. It's not just metallic-y. That's the best thing, Nancy. I'm with you. The fact that we've gotten, what have we gotten? 4 songs now? Longface, All Fall Down, Butterscotch Bitch, and Your Biggest Fan. And they're all very different. They're all very different, right? And that's his deal. That's his deal. Lestat he contains multitudes. Okay, Longface specifically. It is interesting to me because, canonically in universe, Lestat sort of made fun of Longface and made fun of Daniel Hart when they put it out. And we all kind of joked about that. But canonically, Longface is the first single that came out. And in the show, they sort of reference it, that even Lestat thinks it's not very good. Lots of other people think Longface is sort of crap. And it does show already, we've only gotten the 4 songs and already there's been like an evolution in the music. Oh, Dancing with Myself. I forgot about the cover. That's right. So we've gotten 4 original songs and the cover. Someone said it sounds like they asked him to do a cover and he said, fine, here's your flipping cover. That's pretty accurate. That is pretty accurate. I loved it though. I thought he did a great job of that song, honestly. And I hope we get a few more covers. As an Aussie, hearing another Aussie sing with the French accent is impressive. Okay. So I was talking about the accent question downstairs to Judah earlier when we were having dinner. And Judah said that he saw an interview with Jacob and was sort of freaking out because of Jacob's accent. He's like, oh man, it's so weird to hear him speak with his regular voice instead of as Louis. And I pointed out, I said, well, Jacob's British, of course, and Louis has this sort of like French tinged New Orleans accent. But Sam is Australian and he speaks with a French accent in the show, a little bit. And we were talking about the fact that for whatever reason, that Australian accent is more extensible. When Sam is speaking as himself, you can hear the difference, right? But it's not nearly as jarring as hearing Jacob go from Louis to Jacob Anderson, where he's like, oh, I'm gonna spot down to the shops, come round to the house, have a cup of tea, won't you? I don't know. Anyway, I think it is interesting that the Australian accent seems to be more forgiving, more flexible. I don't know what the word is for it, I guess. Do you hear that? You find the opposite as an Aussie. That's interesting, Ali. So you can really, you hear sharply the difference between Sam and Lestat. I for much more Jacob and Louis stand out to me. Melissa says every new song is my favorite, so my favorite order is the opposite order of their release. I can't wait for the next song to be my favorite. Isn't that fun though? Right? I mean, I don't know about you. I know some of you are bigger music fans than me. Personally, it's been a long time since I've cared this much about an artist's new music. Um, I guess I mean, I guess you got to go back to the Decemberists. So the Decemberists came out. Colin Molloy has a band called the Decemberists, like a folk group, sort of feel folk rock. And they put out an album called The Hazards of Love, which is like a concept album. It tells a folk story, like a mythological story, and it's brilliant. It's a really, really good album. Um, that was the first that I really knew of the Decemberists, though. A friend gave me that album, and so I listened to it all the way through like a million times. And somewhere in there, I I felt like, oh, I've got to fall in love with this band. And so for I don't know, 4 or 5 albums after that, maybe until their recent one. When their recent one came out, like I realized I didn't have quite the fervor to go and listen to every song. But before that, it was absolutely I was hung up on them completely. I guess they were the last band that I cared about nearly as much as I do about Lestat's music. I think I'm getting Sam Spade coming through with those vocals. Yes, I hear Sam Spade when he talks a lot more than when he sings. That's fun. I'm always thinking his accent is so amazingly perfect as it's described in the books with the Sam Spade American and the French. Yes, okay, strongly agree with that. The thing that I do when I do my little Lestat impression, it is it is the uh, noir detective delivery coming through with a French tinge to the vowel sounds, maybe, I guess. The consonants, it's the way they roll it a little bit, but the delivery of the sentences from Sam is very much inspired by that, like, noir detective thing, I think. Um, yeah, Sharlien, I agree. I think his ordering some food and then jumping on, "All right, so Ashley's about to come on, guys. Yay!" Uh You should do your Lestat voice, Joel, you know you want to. I've got a little cold in my head, I just noticed earlier, and it's not quite as good as it should be. Let me see, now I have to come up with something to say. "Louis, you didn't come to my show this evening. I was there. I sang for you several songs. There was a new one, Louis. The fans, they loved it. Um, y'all, okay, first of all, now people have seen this show. People have seen episode 1. Yeah, I love that Judah has a Lestat voice too. I love that too. His is different. His is different than mine, and the two of them together, sometimes we just speak to each other for a while as Lestat talking to himself. It's really quite fun. Bran, yay! You're in with sound on your computer, and you made it in time for Ashley too. She's going to be on with us in a little while. She's ordering some food. Um, okay, here's what I want to say though. Ashley and I have seen episode 1. As a French Canadian, I approve your accent, Joel. Thank you. Uh, Ashley and I have seen episode 1 now. And of course, everybody that was in New York tonight saw episode 1. And everybody that was in Austin for ATX saw episode 1. So that means that you all have to be super careful about spoilers. Um, there are There are some spoilers even in episode 1. I think there are probably gonna be some much bigger spoilers in the rest of the episodes. Reviewers have all the way through episode 6 right now, and I know there are folks that have already watched that many. So, again, the season is out there for folks, and you're gonna have to be on your guard. Be very, very careful. Um, I think this is gonna be a roller coaster that we are all gonna enjoy so fucking much, y'all. I can't even tell you how excited I am for you all to see it. I've been a bit spoiled from some of the reviews. Ali says I'm trying to intentionally forget though. Yeah, Tania, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is awesome, isn't it? I think season 1 did 100% as well early on, or really close to it, 98, 99, something like that. I think it fell down a little bit after that. It has 9 reviews so far, to be fair, to get that 100%. Good call, good call. It's a good start though, y'all. And the first episode is so promising in that it is like Interview, it lays out the promise that even book readers are going to be surprised and strung along with this mystery box, right? That's the thing that I'm most excited about. With season 1 and season 2, you and I, who have read this thing a million bajillion times, and we've reread it and we've listened to it and we've watched it and we've everything that we could do with this story, there were still things that were interesting and original and different for us and surprising. So yes, I would say don't try to avoid spoilers if you can, but do watch this thing as quickly as you can, especially the first episode. I cannot wait to hear your feedback on it, you all. Like, genuinely. I there are I'll just tell you, there's music in episode 1 that we haven't gotten yet. There's music in episode 1 that we have not gotten yet as a single, which what? Also, there's songs that we've gotten that aren't in episode 1. So, like, what I'm telling you, I think there might be 30 or 40 songs. I genuinely, I think it's going to be amazing. Luckily, the Monday it will air in Australia is a public holiday, so I'll be able to watch right away. um, yeah, there you go. The 2 Mandys coming after you if you spoil us. Stay unspoiled, genuinely. Give me a double LP stat. Bran, I think we're going to, y'all. I think we're going to. Um, I think we're gonna get a double LP. By the way, can I tell y'all how excited I am that Ashley is bringing back down south vinyl. I don't know if you saw that, the swag bag. I mean, when she comes on, we'll get her to tell us all the details. But at least the media folks, I think everybody in attendance got a swag bag, and among other things, it included the LP vinyl. It included what else did it have? It had a branded popcorn. Um, I don't know. Somebody's SDCC had posted like a video of it, and I think on one of Ashley's, either she took a picture of it or she took a short video, but she posted that she had some stuff already. I don't think she went through her whole swag bag necessarily on camera, but she did receive one. So that stuff will be coming out. Oh, it's got a Rolling Stone in it too. It's got a copy of the Rolling Stone magazine. So that's super, super awesome. I'll at least get to see it and hold one. My guess is that I will leave her with all of those um, treats instead of taking any for myself. Uh, I'm glad I have all you folks to channel it so I don't exhaust and alienate literally all my friends and loved ones. Yeah. Allie, that's what we're here for. That is literally all we're here for, I think, is even my I'll lick the back of the Rolling Stone and hand it back to Ashley. Mandy, good call. Oh, I don't know that that would deter her from keeping it, honestly, if we're gonna be tell the truth. Um, Kelly and Judah are in the other room right now of this hotel suite. And they were on the couch when we first got back up to the room. And I have my phone out and I'm scrolling through these Instagram videos and things that you all had sent. I think Bran or somebody had linked, someone has like a 28-minute live video on uh, X that they had posted, and it's like the whole concert pretty much that they had recorded, and I was watching some of it, and I don't know, Judah made a crack and Kelly made a crack or something, and I chewed them out a little bit. It's like, hey, you're gonna stop shitting on my thing right now, actually. And they're like, we're not trying to shit on it. I'm like, no, no, but you are a little bit, and we're not gonna do it. I'm having a good time tonight. You're gonna let me have a good time. Y'all go away now. Nancy, I got a few copies of the Rolling Stone copy cheaper on eBay than what some of the websites are selling it. Go check out eBay. Very good call. So anyway, you guys should know it's not just me that has been, or it's not just you that has friends and family that are tired of me talking about this. My friends and family are tired of me talking about it too. I've been keeping an eye out, but apparently they don't sell physical copies anywhere in person. Yeah, Rolling Stone. Do y'all remember? I remember having a subscription to EW. I had a subscription to Entertainment Weekly, and every week I'd get a paper magazine with cool stuff in it. And every week there'd be a cool something on the cover. Y'all remember that? Magazines used to be nice. We used to have a society, folks. Okay. Uh Yes, the good old times, Melissa. I am so excited. I don't remember who it was. Maybe Bran? Was it you that posted that you've still got the Rolling Stone cover with Tom on it as well? Mandy says Barnes & Noble still sells it physically if you have that anywhere near you, but sometimes still hard to find. I used to have a good 15 subscriptions at least, Kayla. Yeah, man, Entertainment Weekly was the one that I subscribed to for the longest. My mom got me an Entertainment Weekly subscription when I was in high school, I think, maybe even, and I kept it into college. I had a Maxim subscription for like the first 2 or 3 years that magazine existed too. When Maxim launched, that was a very good time for young Joel. I still have the copy of Interview magazine with Tom Stat and his in character interview. Okay, so the one that was in the interview that was in Rolling Stone is also in character, isn't it? I think. Danny says I just canceled Entertainment Weekly like 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, none of these magazines are what they were, but again, it's like one of those few things that I really miss, honestly. They canceled it completely. Wow, they stopped printing 2 years ago. Entertainment Weekly doesn't even print. You can't get a print copy of EW? That's such a shame. Oh my God. Hello. It's a
Hi,
celebrity.
guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Wow.
Can you hear us? You hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Hey, guys.
Hey. Hey,
Oh, my
everybody.
God.
All right, I'm going to pause your uploads too for a second because we were having some internet issues earlier.
Okay.
We've just been chit-chatting here. Okay, first things first. I just need you to gush. Tell us all what it was like.
It was
How happy are you?
incredible. Now, I will say I was holding my phone in my hand recording the entire time. And so I was definitely really fucking annoyed at the much taller than me people in front of me. You guys, I'm sorry. That's what happens when you've got a short ass podcast host friend. And it's just I'm a shorty and I'm short in there and so I was ducking and diving around someone's head the entire time. But it was incredible. Watching the premiere with everybody was exactly how I expected it to be. Like people, every time somebody came on screen, people were screaming. By the way, my friend Jana's here. Jana, say hi. Jana listens to the pod.
I do.
And she's a friend of the pod and my bestie.
Jenna is also another lovely Louisiana Tech graduate. Theater kids forever, bitches.
Theater kids for life, bitches. I was like, I'm coming to New York, so you have to come visit me. So we're having a sleepover. It was incredible. The venue's beautiful. The Beacon Theater is one of the most beautiful theaters I've ever been in my life. It was absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. It was a little confusing. Ticket pickup was a little confusing. Because they have will call and box office at the theater. And because my ticket was through AMC, I was supposed to pick them up at will call, which seems like it's at the theater. And I even called the contact and I was like, at the theater, right? And she was like, yeah, at the theater. And I'm like, no, it was around the corner from the theater. But from there, you could see the red carpet and you could see like them setting up everything. And people were lining up. People that didn't have tickets were lining up to catch sight of everybody because you could definitely see. Guys, I'm sorry, I've got DoorDash coming at some point, so I'm keeping an eye on my text messages. You could see everybody lined up to kind of watch and see if they could see the guys coming and going. As I was leaving, I mean, I hoofed it out of there pretty quick, but as I was leaving, everybody was hanging out at the backstage door waiting for them to leave. And every time anybody came out, I could hear them screaming 3 blocks away. On my walk home. It was awesome. It was really awesome. I was sitting near Just Start the Tape for a bit, and it was very cool to meet a couple of people because we don't know a whole lot of other creators, and so it was nice to get to meet a few folks. I definitely felt a little sad I didn't have any of our coven with us. I wished I had one of you guys with me. I mean, obviously, I wish you were there, Joel. You would have shit your pants. Like you would have been dying.
I have to tell you, it was so strange watching you do it all, Ashley, from down here, and I will say, it made me think about all of you that didn't get to go with us to New Orleans last year, and seeing the videos and the clips of the celebration of life. Right, like it's not. I mean, and this is silly. Sam is not really a vampire. He is not immortal. He is
I
not
don't
actually a
know.
rock
I don't
star.
know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Now I'm not sure. I'm not sure. After what I saw, I'm not sure that man's not a vampire. I'm not 100% sure. I
I
mean,
gotta tell you, the videos, he looks so good in the videos, Ashley. And
I mean,
he sounded good on stage, honestly,
oh
from
my
what I
God. No,
could
he
hear.
sounded so fucking good. He sounded absolutely amazing. Like he was awesome. He had to stop and get some water a couple times. Completely understandable, because he was singing his actual balls off.
Okay, so let's start there. So
So
he did 6 songs. How many did he perform?
yes, and I think yeah, 6 sounds about right. A lot of them there were several that we hadn't heard yet. There were a couple that we have not heard yet. So I've got on my phone, soon to be uploaded, some tunes that maybe we have not heard yet. I recorded every song.
Nice.
Now, granted, they're in my hands, so I'm shaking and like also moving it around because, of course, the gal next to me is a pro and she's got a fucking like she's got hers on a gimbal, and I'm like, oh goddamn, I did not plan for this. So there was definitely a difference between like press and media because I was there in the press section. I mean, I was sitting next to a reporter from People magazine.
From People, I was gonna say, that's what you said earlier, yeah.
It was
That's
fucking
crazy.
crazy. We were just chatting, and I was like, "Well, who do you?" She's like, because she was like, "Yeah, I'm interviewing the guys tomorrow." She's interviewing Sam and Jacob tomorrow, and she's interviewed them before. She said one of her interviews with them went a little viral. It was when she was asking them what they would eat for a last meal, and Sam said something, and Jacob was like a cinnamon roll, and apparently like that went a little viral. And so she was like, "I love interviewing them. They're so nice and they're so pleasant. They have such great chemistry together." And I was like, "Yeah, no shit. You can just see it
Right?
everywhere." But yeah, so yeah, he did. He finished with Butterscotch Bitch. He started with Long Face, and then in between was the rest of it. And I didn't know what some of them were because they were brand fucking new. Daniel
Because
Hart
they're
played
brand new.
guitar. Daniel Hart played
So I
guitar.
saw him in somebody's video. I was like, he was like right behind Lestat.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, I'm not even calling him Sam now. Yeah, that
I
was
got.
Lestat on stage.
I know, right? I got quite a bit of footage of him. Sorry, I'm checking my DoorDash.
Girl, you gotta eat. I believe everybody has told you all day long to eat. So if you
I was.
skip the
I
meal
felt so
now,
loved. You guys were so taking care of me. Like, make sure you eat, Ashley. I got so drunk in New Orleans, Jana. I got obliteratingly drunk because I did not eat that day and had the worst hangover of my life. But yeah, okay. So what else? What else? What else?
okay,
I was like,
wait a second. I shared this from Toby. What an amazing moment for Daniel Hart as well. I hope he gets all the flowers for this. Okay,
oh,
y'all.
we went
So
wild for
Ashley, I
him.
mentioned before you came on, I was telling everybody, you and I have seen episode 1. Now, obviously, everybody in New York has seen episode 1. Everybody in Austin got to see episode 1. The reviewers have all the way through episode 6 out there. So I was couching everybody and reminding everybody, be super careful. Lots of spoilers are out there. They're going to be out there. They're only going to get worse over the next few days. So, like, just wait and watch the show on your own. However, the main thing that I wanted to reiterate is that even in episode 1, like we know that Daniel Hart's centered now in the music because he's in the writing room and whatever, but he is also still an amazing composer, and the
Mhm.
score of season 3 is going to be just as outstanding as the score was in the previous season. So like it's layers on layers for him, like genuinely
Yeah.
impressive work, Daniel.
Yeah, it was awesome to see him get to fucking show off too. Like he was really playing his ass off. It was really fun to get to see him show off his cred. I was very pleased.
Um okay, was there a when we got Your Biggest Fan, a lot of us were surprised because the lyrics of that one are the first song that like really leaned into story lyrics. That's
Hmm.
a song that's from Magnus's perspective, obviously, and it really comes through in the lyrics. Was there one that you heard of the new songs that you were like, oh shit, they're referencing story
Yeah,
beats?
absolutely.
There were some
Absolutely.
things. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm the big bad wolf, I believe was a line that came out at one point. And yeah, I think yeah, there was definitely quite a bit. Now I left my body several times during this event, and I'm counting on my footage to remind me of what I was watching because it was just so fucking surreal. And they didn't fuck around. Like the show ended, and they pulled the screen up. They had the stage set up. and then it was just like getting everybody out there and in place. And they played a little more than I expected, to be honest. I mean, it all went very quick, but I mean, I didn't quite expect them to play that much music. Certainly didn't expect to get that much new stuff because it felt like a lot of it was new. But yeah, it was fantastic. The Dasher is heading our way.
Mandy says you should have warged into a taller person. I'm watching Game of Thrones these days. Sorry.
Girl, if only. I mean, seriously, there was a person in front of me that was not that much taller than me, but somehow managed to completely block me. I was like, I am hovering between these two spots with my camera. And so it's definitely like this move a lot, guys. And then he crawled on the ground at one point, and I was like, God, I can't even see that with my own eyes. It's too low.
But Ashley, let's just talk for a minute about the fact that you saw the Vampire Lestat live tonight.
I'm drinking champagne. Big time. Like, I mean, Christ. Y'all, he looked so good. It's stupid how good he looked. Also, Austin was there, and Delaney was there, Jacob was there, Bogosian was there. Yeah, and every time that one of them came in, and I was trying to get pictures, but like it was happening so fast, and I would be stupid and put my phone away, and then I would be like, why is your phone away? And I was like, because I didn't have hands for everything else. God. And then I'd grab my phone.
Trying to live in the moment.
I did get a couple of pics of Delaney. She was so cute. Her outfit was so pretty. And I saw Assad, and he was wearing a big ass pair of sunglasses, but I could tell he was grinning like a motherfucker, you know, like he was so happy.
Kayla says, can I just say the bed in your room looks befitting for the occasion? Yeah, it really does, right? Ashley.
So
that headboard is amazing.
No one come murder me, but I'm staying at the Lucerne, which is just down the street from the venue. And I feel like I'm going to die in that elevator every time I'm in it. New York elevators are absolutely terrifying. They're worse than New Orleans elevators.
We're not in any fancy hotel here. We're just in like an Embassy Suites in Baton Rouge. But the elevator here is also seems like some sort of saw-like trap. Actually, I was not. I'm like, I'm gonna hoof it up the stairs the rest of the trip.
I just saw Cooper post about Bogosian that his gay ass would have died. Let me tell you, my gay ass died. I love Eric Bogosian. I have loved him since I was like weirdly a child. I've been such a fan of his. He did a one-man show on HBO that I watched when I didn't understand any of it. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of his. I do not need a Mayfair elevator moment.
I love that sexy old man, Laud. Yeah, genuinely. He is, and it's crazy. It's crazy because Sam is so perfect. And yet you could talk me into imagining that there's another actor out there that would have given us a Lestat we all would have loved just as much.
No,
I cannot imagine.
I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe that anymore.
I might agree. I'm trying to give him credit. I'm trying to give the show credit. My point though is this though, what they did with Daniel, I think it gets underpraised and underappreciated. Like the addition of the old Daniel and Bogosian's character, his portrayal of it particularly is just unbelievable. It's something that I didn't know that we needed, and yet it's so perfect for the show. I really genuinely cannot imagine it without it.
Sorry, I'm all over the place over here.
No, you're good. You're doing what you do. I think a different Lestat would have made this not the masterpiece that it is, maybe, but I think we still could have had a very enjoyable show. The addition of Eric Bogosian and the older Daniel generally, it turns this whole thing on its head in a way. I don't know. It's just so great. It's so great.
I agree with you 100% about what you're saying about Bogosian, but I'm actually never. I mean, that man is Lestat as far as I'm concerned. After what I saw tonight, holy Christ! Like I wish everyone could have been there. It was so incredible. It was just wildly hot and insane.
Mindy is having trouble with the audio. I was just hitting her in the chat. No, so I think what happens is people come in and they're like your phone is on mute and you don't have headphones in, and I think Riverside won't give you the audio that way. Maybe
Oh,
I don't know,
shit.
but anyway,
That could be
I
it.
sent them a thing. Anybody that does have problems and you're only in the chat, you can't see us or you can't hear us or something, I will put up a edited version of this eventually afterwards. It'll go up on Patreon first, and then it'll go up on YouTube as well, and go out in the podcast apps even as a bonus this week. Okay. Talk to us about the swag bag. You got a swag bag. You showed a little
I
video of it
did.
earlier,
Okay.
but you got some shit.
I did. So we get a vinyl single. It's long face on one side, and on the other side is your biggest fan. And then we also got.
Outstanding.
So this is my ticket. La 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 la.
That's so
I was
cool.
in the sixth row D, sixth row. And then we also got what? This guy.
Okay. So Mandy has informed me this. The secret is when you bring that for me to get to see, I will just lick the back of it really good, and then you won't want it back. So
then I won't want it back. Yeah.
I told him you might keep that one even if I lick it.
Yeah,
you just
probably.
put it in a frame.
Honestly, I've already sniffed it numerous times because it is print. Oh, food's here. Do you mind? So because it's a print item, and I haven't had a magazine in my hand in a hot minute, to be honest.
I know.
The first thing I did was sniff it, like I always do to books, and I was like, God, this smells so good.
Nancy says, "Don't lie. Ashley has already licked it." Apparently Barnes and Noble is the ticket if people are trying to get a physical copy, by the way, and you haven't been able to locate one. Barnes and Noble is probably where you want to go look. That'll be your best chance, everybody.
When we get off here, I'll upload all my videos to the Coven page. To the group,
sweet.
to the group, so everybody can see them. I'm not going to guarantee quality. Also, I was singing along with Butterscotch Bitch. Not going to apologize for the quality of the sound or anything, frankly.
Okay,
You're
before
lucky
you got
I wasn't
on,
singing
Ashley,
the whole fucking time.
I was telling the group that I fussed at Kelly and Judah earlier because they were making fun of me as I was watching various live videos from people and like trying to watch the concert through other people's phones. And of course, all you can hear in most of those videos is the person that is making the video screaming and hooting and hollering, right?
Yes.
And Judah at some point goes, "I wish I could hear him." I'm like, "Y'all gonna stop shitting on my stuff tonight, actually, is what y'all gonna do."
I was very careful actually to keep my shit together while I was recording because I was thinking of all of you. And I wanted to go live so bad, but the Wi-Fi in there just was not. There were so many people streaming.
Imagine. Yeah.
There were so many people in that room streaming. So they were filming. There were definitely, I mean, like they had that place set up to film. So it's when they release this, it's going to be very good and everyone's going to have a very good time.
Okay, was there a shocking finale of the concert? Some of us had joked whether or not the Queen shows up at the end of this thing.
Right. There was no shocking finale unless it happened much after I left.
Right.
Like I kind of was like, is there an encore? I was kind of like, is there an encore? Is there an encore? Is there gonna be an encore? Do I need to? Should I sing? You know when you finish a concert and you're like, is that over or is it not over? And since we don't know that.
When we just saw Bob Dylan like a little over a month ago in Shreveport, Kelly and I did, and Bob played for whatever he played for, 90 minutes plus, and uninterrupted, never said a word at all or anything. And then all of a sudden, he just stood up and took one little bow in place, and the band took a bow, and then they walked off stage. And I was like, "Oh, well, that's intermission, right?" And Kelly goes, I don't know. So we got up to go use the bathroom, and no, it wasn't intermission. That was it. That was the end of the concert. Bob was just like,
"Deuces." The end of the concert. He was just done.
Y'all.
I mean, that is a little bit how Lestat went out. He was like, that's all I have time for. And we were like, okay. And when he sang Butterscotch Bitch, and we all freaked out because it was incredible.
I have to make a plane.
I'm going to openly vape on this just because my nerves are just shot, you guys. It's legal here.
I am only not. I'm only not openly vaping because my vape is in the other room. So you're fine. Okay, I had one more question for you. What was it?
And I had to stay soberish because I'm in New York and I've never been here before. So I couldn't be walking around like a drunk girl here, like I can in New Orleans, because I do not know my way around.
Okay, I know what I was going to ask. What was the breakdown? Because one of the things that a bunch of us in the group have been mad about, so many of you all did the lottery, and then you also, okay, now all of these invitations went out to influencers and stuff. What did you feel like the breakdown of the crowd was as far as press and media folks like you versus general audience?
It felt like, well, even the media presence, it felt like fans. It felt like there were plenty of podcasters in the, thanks, Kayla. There were plenty of podcasters in the crowd, so there were people like me that people like us that listen and love, obviously. And then there was legit press, like People Magazine, and like people that with press tags, and I could see like that's the difference. I got a media invite. That's different from a press invite, which comes with a press tag. So they're all getting to do interviews and probably have more access than like some of us had. Yeah. I will say, no way was it just a bunch of completely unrelated influencers. I'm sure that there were plenty of those. I'm sure there were plenty, but it felt like the way people were dressed, and I will say it was a lot of normal looking people. It was not necessarily a bunch of like hot thin influencers, which was my concern. It was a lot more, a very diverse crowd, which was super cool. And I really loved seeing that. And then just like in the wait to get in, and in the wait to find the tickets, and in the wait while we were waiting on the box office to open, I got to chat with people. And actually a gal named Olivia came over, and she's a fan of the podcast. She interviewed me she's like, I'm doing a little self-produced documentary about this event. I was like, do you have tickets? And she was like, no, I'm just here. Then I was like, that's awesome.
That's so fun though.
So, but it did feel like there were a lot of fans that were in that building. With the sound alone of the crowd proves that was fans, like the way people reacted. And it was like, because I had seen the episode, I did like have expectations about reactions, and they delivered so hard. I was so excited, it was really cool to watch that in that space. And even around the people that I was sitting with who have all seen it already. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I'll just put it here. Even the people that I was sitting around, all of us had seen it, and we were still like giggling and anticipating people's reactions. And like the gal I was talking to was like, I can't wait till that last scene happens. And I'm not gonna say anymore, but like, we were all real excited. Yeah, Nancy, I'm not sleeping for a week. That's why I'm drinking and smoking right now, to try to right my brain.
Two things that I want to go back.
Walk back to my hotel like I fucking live in New York. I want everyone to know I walked back to my hotel like I own this city, like a boss. I had my mean mug on. I had my resting bitch face. I walked fast and determined. Did not make eye contact or smile at people. I was a very good.
I'm so proud of you. I knew the timing that you took. I was like, oh, she was hiking. Okay, Mindy says, please tell me this will be recorded and on the regular podcast. I've missed all the conversation. Absolutely. It will be on the regular show. So don't worry about that. Also, Ashley, feel free, by the way, if you want to mute for a second and stuff your face while I'm reading some comments or something.
No. I'm going to, my food will keep. I got Chinese. It's good cold. I don't give a shit. I want to hang out with you guys.
All right, here's the other thing, though, that I didn't want to miss. Where is it? Y'all keep talking, and so I have to scroll back further again.
Jenna keeps refilling my champagne for me. This part does feel a little like New Orleans.
I almost thought, Mandy said, I almost thought you said there were plenty of crotch casters. Ha, 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 ha. Yes, okay. What's funny, though, is that, Ashley, you threatened to put your camera in your boobs.
I did. Well, at one point, even when I was live streaming, I think someone said something about the boob cam, and I was like, oh, here are my boobs. And then I was like, oh, you mean put the camera in my boobs. Yeah, we decided that was a bad call because of the height. And you wouldn't have seen nothing. You would have seen this woman's back the entire show. But they did say like right off the thank you, Melissa. Nice shot of my boobs. Um, they told us like or like when I was going in, they were like, just so you know, you can't record the show, like the show itself, but you can record the performance,
the concert, the performance.
Yeah. So like everyone, I mean, and they were on top of people in their phones during that. They do not want leaks. They were on top of people having their phones out. Like they came and scolded a gal around me for having her phone out. Like, and that was just during like the opening sequence, during the title sequence. So they were really, really, really tight on that. But then it was a free for all and there were so many phones out. Everybody was recording and streaming.
Well, I mean, even if you're not a content creator, if you are a fan of this thing and you got to go, well, then it's like you've got 5 or 6 people in your life that didn't get to go, that are all desperate to be
Exactly.
there with you, and you want to. So yeah, even if you're not trying to put this on your YouTube channel, I'm sure everybody wants to share it with somebody in their life.
So it was so funny. We got to the theater, to the Beacon at like 10 till maybe like 15 till 5. I don't know. It wasn't like super early, but they had the doors open. And so I was like, well, let me just dip in. There's already people in the box office where I've been told to pick up my tickets. So I go in and I'm like, da 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 da. And they were like, no, this isn't where you pick up. And then it was a lot of confusion about where you pick up. But meanwhile, I'm standing there talking to this guy. This girl is next to me and she's like, yeah, I need one more ticket. And they were like, yeah, we have nothing to do with the tickets. We are not we're not the tickets. We didn't sell them or we didn't pass them out. Like we're not the tickets here. And they were like, but I need one more. She came all the way from Brazil. And I was like, you came all the fucking way to Brazil from Brazil and did not have a ticket to this? I get the audacity of coming if you're close and hoping for the best. But like, and that place was packed. It really was packed. I was a little concerned at like 7:20. I was looking around and I was like, shit, there's not a lot of people in here. Turns out everybody was at the bar. Everybody was waiting at the bar, getting drinks, like that place filled up. They gave us free popcorn. I took a picture of the popcorn because I didn't eat it. Tommy, it holds like 2,800, I think a little over 2,800, close to 3,000.
Yeah, it's like 2811 or something like that. 2830, something like that. I think the official number was. Were you inside already, or did you catch some of the red carpet?
I didn't catch any red carpet. I was already inside, I think. And yeah, I didn't catch any of that. There were tons of suits there, and there were so many people that work for AMC there. Like this was treated very much like a premiere, So like the AMC folks were there in throngs in the crowd too, which was really kind of fun, like, and you could definitely tell the difference between an AMC executive and a Vampire Lestat fan. There was different difference in attire for the show for sure.
The level of presence though from executives and from the celebs involved in the show, to me, it made me feel really good, honestly. I feel like, again, this is an example of AMC. AMC spent a lot of money on this, for instance.
Well, and I mean, they had one of their like top execs did the intro and was like,
oh, that's awesome.
And I mean, he had note cards galore up there talking about everybody to thank, and he gushed over the fans and talked about how incredible the fandom is and how the fans are the reason why this is happening and so successful, and why we're getting all of this shit.
Bran wants to know, did you see our friend Mark Johnson, and did he have fishnets on?
Oh my God, I would love it. I really wish he did. I did not see Mark Johnson. I did not see Mark Johnson, and I only saw actors. I did get a pic of Delaney. She's about this big in the background, and you can see her. So I'll post that to the group too. I'm going to post all my pictures. They had some of the Lestat guitars, and they had like 4. Assad was there. Assad was there. Yes. I actually did see him come in, and he was precious with his precious curls and sunglasses. But yeah, so they had like one that was like clean, and then one that was slightly bloody, and then one that was quite a bit bloodier, and then one that was just completely covered in blood. It was awesome. So I got pics of all of those.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cooper, you should go look for Assad on the red carpet there's a video that somebody posted earlier in the Facebook group, I think, where he does like a little jig he's got like nice dress shoes on and like flowy pants, and he does a little dance on the red carpet while people are calling to him. Austin is adorable.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really like. I do wish I could have hung out for the red carpet, but they also had it like covered. Like it was kind of enclosed, so you really couldn't see a whole lot of what was going on in there. I couldn't. I mean, well, then I was fucking inside. I couldn't see shit. But
I think that's probably a security thing too.
Yeah,
like you don't want the
100%.
folks exposed.
No, and there were people everywhere. There was so much security. When Jana and I were in line waiting for our tickets, or my ticket, we were standing there and we watched just a line of guys with like earpieces go by us. I was like, that's a lot of security. That's a lot of security.
Mandy put it so well. Yes, Austin is so adorable and Armand is such a shit. Okay. Giancarlo Esposito, his role in Breaking Bad, the actual character, the actor himself, and his role in Breaking Bad might be that far apart. But like Austin as a person and Armand as a character, so far apart. Absolutely. We're lucky all the actors are precious babies in reality, even though they play the most monstrous of monsters. Genuinely, there's not a schmuck amongst them so far. Like, it's so great.
It doesn't seem like anyone's a dick, and even the big names, even somebody like Bogosian is so thrilled to be part of this. You know, I mean, that's obvious if you follow him on Instagram at all. That man is having the time of his fucking life right now, and good for him. You know, I love an older actor getting to fucking do some really fun shit, you know?
Oh man, there's nothing like that. Especially, Eric Bogosian is a great example too, because he's not, I mean, very well-known actor and you know, well-worked too, but not like, never been uber famous, you know? A lot of people don't know Eric's name, even though he's a that guy, right? That guy. Yeah, he's in all those things that I like.
Yeah.
However, a role like this is like, especially at this point in his career, like he can coast on this and get jobs on this show for the rest of his career now. And it's going to make his work-life balance, I think, a lot better. In addition to, it will give him a lot more interesting things to choose from, I think, in this next round anyway. I'm super excited to see what he does next.
I love him. I'm such a huge fan.
Toby says, I feel like Sam was talking about that on the Happy Sad Confused podcast, how Rollin does a lot of vetting with the casting to make sure that no one really sucks.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's so important. Ashley, I know you've been in this position before. It doesn't matter how good the material is. If the people that you are literally sharing these emotions with every day, if they suck, or the two of you don't get along for whatever reason,
I mean, please look at the chemistry in the Interview with the Vampire '94 film. For reference. I mean, it is kind of like that. It didn't ruin the movie, but it could have been much, much better if they had the vibes.
Oh, good call. Good catch, Tommy. I watched Jojo Rabbit the other night and recognized young Daniel Malloy as a Nazi soldier. First of all, if you haven't watched Jojo Rabbit, so good. Even if you're not that big a Taika Waititi fan, I would say that movie is worthwhile. It's not so up its nose with the Taika-ness. I like Taika personally, but that movie is also, it's just outstanding. But I didn't know that he's in it. That Brandon, what's his name? Brandon, it's three names, isn't it? The young Daniel? Brandon Luke Brandon Field, something like that.
Please don't expect me to be able to pull anything out of my ass right now.
He's outstanding. I want to see more from him in the future too. Okay, let's see. Oh, Australian cattle dogs. Wait a minute. I missed something about animals in the
I love an Australian cattle dog.
Mandy says Sam and I both have Australian cattle dogs.
They're such good dogs.
They are such good dogs. I saw Luke Brandon Field. There you go. Good call, Melissa. I knew one of y'all would know it. Yes, Sam Reid has an Australian cattle dog. I saw him speaking. I saw a video of him talking about his dog actually the other day.
I did not need that.
My dog's the reason I don't like to travel.
That's more than I can bear. That man loving his dog and being a precious angel is more than I can bear.
He was talking about how
that you have a Coven shirt. I should have worn a Coven shirt tonight. I should have ripped up a Coven shirt.
I didn't even suggest it to you because I knew that you didn't have one that's slutty. And I was like,
I don't
you know,
have,
she wants to
well,
wear something nice.
I mean, and I wasn't even super slutty. Like, I went to the liquor store next door and bought some champagne, and the guy was like, "I love your skirt," and I was like, "Oh," I was at the silly vampire event next door. Like, this is a weird. Like, I've got to say, this is the west side of New York City, which is apparently fancy, and I know nothing about the city. I've never thought of myself as a country mouse until I came to New York, and now I'm like, I'm just a little country mouse, not a city mouse. But as I was and I didn't wear my outfit to pick up the tickets. This is when I got like a little panicky because I didn't wear my outfit to pick up the tickets because I was like, I don't want to just be if this was New Orleans, by all means, I would be dressed like that all day and it would be fine and no one would look at me strangely. And once you were at the Beacon and around that, like once you were in that block, you looked like everyone else. When I went to pick up my tickets, looked like a soccer mom. So passersby that were confused about the goth fest that was happening were like coming up to me and Jana and like, "What's going on? What is this?"
Ma'am, what are all these strange weirdos lined up for?
Ma'am,
Actually,
why are you with these weirdos? And I was like, "No, I am a weirdo with them. I just cosplay as a human being."
I'm the queen weirdo. I'm just not in costume yet. Actually,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it was very funny. But then it took a little longer to get the tickets than I expected. And then it was like, then it was like hoofing it back to the room. I was like walking at Jana pace, and Jana's like a foot taller than me, so we were hoofing it back to the room, and then I started getting ready because I was like all panicky, and then I was sweaty, and like I was like, I have so much highlighter on, but so much sweat. Like, what's what? And then I'm like trying to like mattify my sweat, but try to keep my highlights. It was such a challenge for me as a woman today. But I was like, I get ready fast. And I was ready in like 30 minutes. I got to hang out with Jana and my buddy Austin and talk for a bit and chill before I made the walk down, Amsterdam to the theater. It was wild though. I was like, this is not the correct outfit for this side of town.
Okay,
Going
Tommy
to a vampire event in New Orleans is very different than going to a vampire event in New York. Just so everybody knows.
can imagine that. I can imagine that for sure. When we left the hotel to go to the Celebration of Life, so like from our hotel all the way to the event, it was nothing but people in black and lace.
Well, and just
right?
normal
like
people in New Orleans
like
dress like that. Normal, like you could
exactly.
You could go to New Orleans on like a Tuesday, like today, and everybody's going to be dressed like that.
Okay. Tommy suggested that you should have hissed at the people that asked who the goths were. And Allie had a hilarious comeback. Tommy, hissing is very dangerous. I was banned for life from a Toys R Us for hissing at people at 16.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Brett worked at a Toys R Us and a Babies R Us, and I'm surprised he did get fired for hissing at people, frankly. That's one of the reasons why we don't have kids.
I gotta tell you, I would hiss a lot if I worked at a Toys R Us, I think.
God bless. He almost got into a fist fight on Christmas Eve about a bicycle.
Cooper says, I feel like sweaty eyeliner is the required vibe to a Vampire Lestat event. Anyways, you killed it.
I delivered, baby.
You looked fantastic.
I delivered the
you
sweaty
look
eyeliner.
Fantastic sitting right there, but yeah.
Thank you.
Working at a Toys R Us sounds like one of the levels with Dante's Inferno.
It 100% is. I know that if Brett were listening right now, he would agree 100%. Yeah.
The circle of the self-immolated.
I mean, it is a special hellish place. Amen, indeed.
Vampires go to NOLA to be themselves and New York City to hide.
That's definitely the vibe. That's definitely the vibe.
Here's the thing that gets me about New York City. And it's funny because I just watched Daredevil season 2, Daredevil Born Again season 2 on Disney, and then the Punisher special that was on Disney Plus as well. And in the Punisher special especially, it's like the Punisher is a wanted man. He's broken out of a prison to start that season. And like the task force of the vigilante task force or whatever is searching for him. And yet he's just wandering around this neighborhood in New York, like living his day-to-day life and doing his thing and seeing his neighbors and like having an ongoing existence. And at first I was like, that's weird, isn't it? And then I remembered there's like 7 million people there. So yeah, you probably can just get lost, actually.
Yeah, there are more people in New York City than there are in the entire state of Arkansas, in case anyone's curious.
Okay, Ashley, on a totally different note, but I'm gonna start wrapping it up here so you and Janet can enjoy y'all's evening since you've been out and about.
She's been pouring me
Widow's
cups
Bay.
of champagne, so it does feel a
have you
little
heard
like
about-
New Orleans,
It's
and
a
also
party
college.
already, exactly. Have you heard about Widow's Bay?
No. What is
Okay,
Widow's
it's on
Bay?
Apple TV. So I'm going to have to share my credentials with you since you've sworn that one off
God
specifically.
damn it. No, I need to do it because I want to watch Shrinking, and fucking Bill Lawrence has been doing all kinds of shit over there. I haven't even watched, what's the soccer show that everybody loves?
Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is, I'm about to get back into Ted Lasso myself. So I've never finished the 3rd season, and the 4th season's about to come out. The first 2 seasons are amazing, though. That's absolutely a show you should watch. Kelly and I right now we've gone back and rewatched season 1 of For All Mankind, their space show, because we're going to catch up on it.
Somebody just mentioned that.
Yeah, it is so great. The opening episode is the moon landing, but the Russians beat us. The Russians get there first instead of the Americans in '69, and so the rest of the show follows on from that. What happens when the space race does not decelerate because the Americans win it? Instead, it's reinvigorated and they go on to reinvest. And so that's a really cool show. And they bring a lot of the same actors back season after season, even though they do time progression. So like Joel Kinnaman is one of the main actors, for instance. And I think in season 5, he's still around, but his character's like 97 years old now or something.
Wow.
Yeah, Mandy says that's why she got it started with Ron Moore as the showrunner. Yeah, so Ron Moore did Battlestar Galactica. He did that. Widow's Bay, though, is, I've been told,
Foundation has
Stephen
been
King
Daniels? Sorry, I'm interrupting because I saw a message from Mandy.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's in
season 3 of Foundation.
Now. Yeah, I'm obsessed with that man now. Ashley fell in love with another gay man. Did it happen again? Yeah, probably.
Bran, we're getting our wires crossed. So Bran is Ronald Moore did For All Mankind, not Widow's Bay. But Widow's Bay, though, is set on a small island community in New England, I think. And it's got very much like Stephen King vibes. Hamish Linklater is in it.
I love him.
It's apparently a really good combination of horror and comedy. So very, very interesting show. A lot of people have mentioned it to me, but Mandy here, I think, specifically said the other day, oh, y'all got to put Widow's Bay on your list. Okay, let me see.
I love Cooper's message that just went by that says, Ashley and I understand each other. Ben Daniels is pure sex. Ben
Daniels is pure sex. Okay, a reactor I watched mentioned that Ben Daniels is in this show called Flesh and Bone, so I started watching. In last night's episode, Ben Daniels was nude, full frontal. There we go. Flesh and Bone, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody put that on your list.
My God.
We can see both the flesh and the bone.
And the bone. My God, my God, my God, my God. Again, I know I've talked about this 1,000 times, but the fact that man turned me around on a character, made a character a little bit of a throwaway character, so much more interesting, compelling, and frankly sexy that I was not expecting. Like when we were talking about vampire, who would you want to fuck first, vampires, or like who would you like which vampire is the one that's like the one? And I was like, I can't even pick. There's so many, but like the fact that fucking I had to add Santiago to the goddamn list because of Ben Daniels is just heartbreakingly strange to me. But say la vie.
Tommy reminds us we all need to go watch Flesh and Bone so that we can see if his testicles are actually huge.
Boom with the dynamite, Tommy.
Oh God, y'all. Okay, genuinely.
You just know he's the nastiest. Kayla said that's funny. I agree. He's probably filthy.
Let's just genuinely let's live in this for a second, y'all. Even if this show does not make it to 9 million seasons like we want it to, 6 seasons and a movie. Even if we don't get that, even if we don't get all these later books adapted, they put on a fucking concert for us, y'all. They did the thing. They did the thing. Like, how
and they did the thing.
lucky
Like,
are we?
I can't express how incredible it was and how incredible the energy in that place was. It was really something special. And it makes me feel really good about the future of the show. Like, this was expensive. This was an expensive thing they did. All you had to do was look around and you knew it was an expensive spend that they made. And I'm so glad that they made it. And I'm so glad that there were so many people there to support it. Like, that was a big thing for me, was seeing that many people that you could tell were with AMC. And they had a whole section like for their ticket pickup and everything. Like, that's how big of a group from AMC there was. And that was amazing. I didn't get to see any of the people that actually waited in the lottery, because their ticket pickup was like 2 blocks away. So it was like there were like 3 different places, at least 3 different places to pick up tickets, which isn't at all confusing.
No, right? Yeah, especially for the poor. Like, just think of the poor folks who just did the lottery and then they're like, yeah, I'm going to go to New York anyway, just in case.
I talked to a guy outside the theater, and he was like, do you have a ticket? And I was like, I do, I'm going in. And I was like, do you? And he was like, no, but I'm not losing hope. And I was like, you're my guy. I believe in you.
We are also hopeful for you. Okay, I want to share this because this is a good one. It's so healing to get it and get it as overtly queer as they are making it. The weird queer teenager I was would shit his pants that 35-year-old me gets to freak out over new Lestat songs being released and all. 100% Cooper. That's it, man. Like,
yes.
They
Cooper,
did it, and
you
they
were
did
speaking
it in
to my
an
soul
unabashed
tonight,
way.
by the way. Cooper, you were speaking to my soul tonight.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying your contribution, because you were speaking right to my soul. I have to show off my stupid shirt because I've got enough of a buzz to do it.
I love it. I don't think you were here earlier when Cooper was telling it. So Cooper's a fairly recent patron member, but
welcome.
has been watching us and listening for a long time. He's just been kind of quietly hanging out. He's like, I don't talk that much, so y'all know who I am. I'm like, no, I recognize you. We love lurkers. Here's the other thing too that I have found so much fun in recently is like, oh boy, this just happened with a bunch of people for Dark Shadows on our YouTube channel, because we just crossed over the Barnabas episode. So like a new flush of people have. I didn't realize this, but somebody pointed out to me there was another channel that they didn't do reactions like I do, but they had they like posted clips of Dark Shadows and storylines. Like they would post, here's all of the clips that tell the story of whatever, and it'd be like an hour of whatever. Anyway, they posted playlists of Dark Shadows clips. That channel went away, apparently, got banned from YouTube and disappeared. And so a handful of people that watch that channel regularly have now suddenly come over and found me. It is so much fun when we get somebody who has been following this fandom as long as we have, but for whatever reason, they just haven't found our corner of the internet yet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they show up and they're like, holy shit, you guys have 200 episodes for us to listen to.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, yes, please. Thank you. Yes.
Welcome. And I love, like, yes, Cooper, do not lurk in the shadows. You're in a safe place with beautiful friends who want to talk about all the same things you want to talk about. You are welcome and loved.
100%.
So wonderful. Like, that's what's so cool about our coven, is that we've been able to like really, really create a cool space. Like, I don't even care if we're not the most popular Anne Rice podcast. I actually really love what we've done and our people. Like, I mean, I have had all of you with me in my pocket and in my heart on this trip. And I mean, my God, what a thing to get to share with you guys. What a thing to get to share together. It's so silly and wonderful and special.
It is so silly. That's what I was saying earlier, is like, I mean, we all know that this isn't a real vampire on that stage, and Sam's just an actor, and someday he'll play a different role. But also,
yeah, Susan's gonna go see him in fucking. Susan gets to go see him in fucking.
She's gonna see him in Doubt in like a month.
Legitimately, I don't know if I'm more jealous of that than me getting to go see him tonight as the Vampire Lestat.
But it it is also magic. It is silly, and we could
Mhm.
admit that, and we can understand, like, the world's burning down around us, and the economy is not working for any of us, and we've all got bills to
No.
pay and a government to fight, and et cetera, et cetera. But also, it's just like sometimes a book is a good thing, and we have our favorite book or one of our favorite books that has been so faithfully and lovingly adapted, and they have even
And I think
gone so
that's
far as to bring this character into the real world tonight for you all. Like, just
like
fucking thank you.
huzzah. Even like that you said lovingly adapted, I think is the most fucking perfect way to describe this, because it is so you can feel it. You can, I mean, you can feel it from Sam performing tonight and from Daniel. You know, you can feel it from everyone tonight. Like the pride and the excitement of what they've produced, and the community around it and the fandom around it. Like they really did do such a nice job of acknowledging us crazies. And I am very grateful for that tonight too. Like the acknowledgement of the fandom really pushing all this forward and being there and so enthusiastic and so passionate and so open and loving. And that's the best part of this fandom. There's shitty parts of this fandom, just like any of them. I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, believe me, I can tell you. But like this fandom in its pure form is chef's kiss, and I love it. It's so wonderful.
I mean, the Sam keeps calling us the beautifully unwell, which is
Yeah.
Anne's words, but it is so fucking true. Like none of us are right. None of us are right, but that's the
No.
beauty is we're just a group of humans who accept that about one another. We understand that about ourselves, and we accept that in our partner sitting across
And
from us,
we
you know?
and we persist. You persist in this beautiful, beautiful nightmare that we live in.
None of us are right. None of us are right is going to be a good new T. Somebody suggested earlier, Ashley, and I fucking love this so much. I don't know how we're going to do it. You got to help me come up with a good design for it.
Okay.
But we need to make a Look Lizzie special edition T-shirt instead of Look Listen for the Pride and Prejudice
For the Pride and
discussion.
Prejudice discussion. Have y'all listened to that yet? I totally went off on Joel a couple of times.
Yeah, okay. I was listening to it myself today. Y'all, first of all, I've got great notes. Mandy in particular, who's here in the chat, Mandy gave me some really good feedback. She's like, Joel, you missed things. And now let me explain to you.
Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. We did not have
Joel
the
needed going
time
off on.
for me to school him completely on the novel that I...
One of the greatest lines of all time, Ashley, is, you know, Joel, I've never been forced to interrogate this book with a male perspective, and I don't think that I like it, in fact.
I'm not enjoying being forced to read this novel and this show through a male gaze. Thank you very much.
Y'all were so right, by the way. Going back and listening to myself again, I gave Darcy so much credit early on that he did not fucking deserve.
No, you need to go back and rewatch that first episode and see what a cunt he was at that party, because I think that you were like, he's so pretty, I don't care.
I just launched straight into apologist by default. Y'all are right. There's a handsome man who is supposed to be the center of the
Mr.
story.
Bennett did not respect his wife. Heard, sis. I did not agree with that either.
So you're right, and I think in the novel that is more clear. I genuinely liked the actor's reading in the adaptation, and I do stand by. I think that actor is trying. To bridge the gap. But
well, it's a tolerance.
Projection. Good call, Mandy. It is projection. Yeah. I'm trying to bridge the gap over here myself.
That's right.
No, you're right. You're right.
That's right. That's why we have a male and a female host, because you can't just listen to two white dudes talk about things. If you're going to listen to two white people talk about things, at least one of them needs to be a woman.
One of them definitely needs to possess a vagina. It's very true. Okay, so here's quickly about schedule. If you have not heard it, we have talked about, and it's out there now for patrons, our discussion of I say it's out there, I think it went out today, the discussion of the first preview episode for the After Dark. AMC is doing an after show for the Vampire Lestat. Ashley and I watched the first episode. We talked about that. Mandy says I kept pausing that podcast and arguing with Joel and agreeing
Thank
with
you.
Ashley.
This was one time I was
that's
like,
people's.
I'm gonna push it back real hard on this. This is literally like, I mean, like my favorite books go The Stand, Pride and Prejudice, Interview with a Vampire. Boom, boom, boom. And to have to correct you so hard.
I think that's a lot of people's experience with
I was
with
yelling
watching
in
our
the
show.
shower with Ashley.
Yeah.
Dude, I typed it. I typed that whole novel like a year ago because if you go to typelit.io, you can just type novels, and I did that because I had some spare time. That's how well I know that fucking book. I typed it.
It is true that we tend to agree far more on Interview than we did on Pride and Prejudice. That's true. Okay, I want to remind you though about the schedule quickly. So we've got that After Dark discussion.
So straighten us out.
Oh, Tommy says he typed "Cry to Heaven." That would be fun. I mean, I don't know if I'd say fun. "Cry to Heaven's a heavy book, y'all. But
Tommy, let's talk about how you did that and where you did it, or if you just.
I know, right?
Yeah, I haven't read "Cry to Heaven" yet, and I would love to type Anne Rice books. That would be a great way to pass my time.
We need to give the typing website again. Nicole ran to get a drink and she says she missed it. How did you type your books?
Okay, so it's like it's some version of this. TYPELITIO. In there's a dot. I think it's before the IO. But that's where it is.
There you go. Google that, folks.
I'm currently I'm currently typing 1984, which is a fucking journey right now in our current in this economy, you know.
I don't remember the name of the game, but there was an Apple Arcade game on my phone when Apple Arcade first launched. It was like it was a word game, sort of like a crossword, but not exactly that. But they had books that you could choose from, and so all of the word puzzles would be based on the book. And there was a Pride and Prejudice mode. I did the first several chapters of Pride and Prejudice in that thing. Anyway,
of course Orwell was a misogynist. God damn it. We can't win. I mean, honestly, if you look at the female character in that book, he's obviously a bit of a misogynist. I'm not shocked, to be honest.
I mean, unless you ran like a free love commune and, fought the patriarchy. I think if you lived in the 1800s or the early 1900s and had a penis, you were probably a misogynist. It was just about how much of a misogynist you were, right? I don't think there were a lot of free-thinking feminist men
no.
prior to the good feminine writings of the 1900s, I would say.
Still going. I think this champagne bottle I have is endless over here. Janet keeps pouring me more. This is
it's got an enchantment on it. After Dark episode is up right now, our preview episode of that. On Sunday, you will get our first discussion of the Vampire Lestat, episode 1. Our Afterlife segments might be different in our delivery. We might literally skip this first week of Afterlife for Castle Rock, you all, just because of when we're recording. Ashley's in New York and stuff. We have not done episode 7 yet of Castle Rock. Episode 6 is out, and it's real, real good, though. And then we'll go week to week with the Vampire Lestat, and we'll be having the Castle Rock Afterlife episodes continue after that. When we are done with the Vampire Lestat, I do want to remind you that if you're not a patron, you will get those Afterlife segments. We'll do the whole Castle Rock thing for you, while Ashley and I go week to week and do some new episodes of Flan again. We're excited about doing some Flanagan stuff. Although, good point, Tommy, you keep mentioning Cry to Heaven. We do need to remember, at some point this year, we're supposed to get a Cry to Heaven movie, which means we got to watch that. We got to read that book too, probably.
Yeah, we should probably
that'll be in
do the book before the movie.
Late fall.
We should probably do the book
ideally. So, Ashley, I don't know if you've looked at the Patreon, but I put up a poll the other day on what did people want us to do next as far as Flanagan's series goes,
Mm-hmm.
and far and away they said they wanted to be Haunting of Hill House. So I think we're going to do that with you and your brother. Maybe have you talked to him about that?
I will. I'll talk to him tomorrow
Okay.
about that. Yeah, he'll be
Make
game.
sure he wants to do it first.
No,
Yeah.
I can already tell you he wants to do it because I've already kind of planted that
Cool.
seed. Because I thought that sibling, we're talking about that, like a sibling vibe is really good. But should we all do it all three together?
I would absolutely love to do it with you all. Yeah, for sure. Although I'm fine with taking a back seat and letting you do it with him like you did with Brett. I thought that was a lot of fun for me to kind of sit on the sidelines and throw in some comments once in a while. But yeah, no, we can absolutely do it together. Hill House, I adore Hill House. So yeah, I would love to say some things about that too.
I mean, I can't tell you how many conversations, like this is one of like my soul series. It's so in my heart, so well done. So, like all of the discussions about addiction, me and my family have dealt with that. And oh my God, it's it's probably my favorite series, like limited series that's ever happened. I just think it's absolute perfection. Absolute perfection.
Nicole says, you guys got me into Flanagan, so I look forward to more. He's so good.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Genuinely.
That makes me so happy. I love him so much. And for us to get anyone that wasn't watching him before to watch him, holy shit, thank you for that. Because what a gift he is. If you haven't watched Dr. Sleep, it's such a good adaptation. He goes into a lot of book things as well that maybe that kind of rounded out. If you ever had an issue with the Shining itself is not the most perfect adaptation as far as like especially Jack Nicholson's character and his journey. It's just not. He's crazy from jump, and that's not how it happens. Like that's kind of the problem there. But Flanagan, no one adapts except for the only person that I would trust with Stephen King as much as I trust Flanagan is what's his face that did the first season of The Walking Dead and Frank Darabont. Frank Darabont is also the man when it comes to adapting Stephen King, but those two guys are really the only people I want dabbling in it.
I think Flanagan is better than Darabont even because Flanagan, I think Darabont understands the humanity of King better than maybe anybody else. Flanagan does that and also the horror better than anybody else. Lots of people can take King's horror and run with it, but they do not get what makes all of the chapters of just normal life work so well. And Flanagan does. He does understand both of those things.
Being a recovering addict himself, Flanagan has a good understanding of like that side of things, which plays in just so many of Stephen King's works. He understands the monster of addiction because he's a recovering addict himself, and so I think that's a big piece of why he's able to put so much of that. He's able to understand the nuance of that in a different way.
Mandy and Nicole both asked, Dr. Sleep, did you mention that's the one with Ewan McGregor? It is. So
yes, it is.
Ashley described it so perfectly. The beauty of that movie adaptation specifically is that it genuinely is a great sequel to both the book The Shining and the movie The Shining. He does some things that align with the Kubrick version of things
100%.
that still make it very satisfying. It's really, really good. And he's going to do more. He's doing Carrie sometime this year for Amazon Prime. We're going to be talking about that show.
That's a whole fucking series.
Next year, he's got a version of The Exorcist, which is not a remake. It is like a new Exorcist story.
I'm very excited about that.
He's also working on, I am too. He's also working on The Dark Tower for Amazon and Stephen King. Stephen's involved in that at some level. Like he's writing some of that
100%.
with Flanagan's.
The cool thing about, what was the one you mentioned before? What was the one you mentioned before? Exorcist. ScarJo's in that, right? Scarlett Johansson in that?
Yes, and
that has a pretty fucking
somebody else.
Big cast, like
again, like really well-known names.
And then also all of his fucking his fucking stable of actors that he always
His
uses, which is the
repertory.
best. Like, I love that he has his rep of actors that he uses and everything. It's amazing.
If some of you all that are watching us tonight have not seen all of our Flanagan stuff, Ashley and I covered Midnight Mass episode by episode, and then Ashley and Brett, her husband, they did
My hubby.
Fall of the House of Usher, which was so good. Fall of the House of Usher is all about the works of Poe adapted into a modern day story. Very, very cool stuff. Mandy says, I like the Gunslinger book. I might be an outlier there. I would love to see his adaptation of that. Okay. Most people get into the Gunslinger and you get lost because the Gunslinger is weird and it's Stephen King's first book, basically, that he wrote.
He wrote it at 18.
He was a child.
It's like, but I mean, my God, Carrie's his first published novel, and oh my God, what a first published novel. But then when you read The Gunslinger, it's very impressive for a man that young to have written. I'm still not, y'all, I can't get through it. I'm going to do it for Joel and for the podcast, but it's
the shots that he calls in that book. That's the thing, is like he hangs things out there in that book that he then pays off 3 and 4 and 8 books later. And the fact that he was able to, that series is such an interesting read because it took him so long to write. And you can genuinely see Stephen King as a child writer and Stephen King as an old man writer and everything in between. It's really, really good.
I think I just have to get past the young writer stage but I got all the way to 3 and was like, ugh. And my brother was like, Slade was like, if you get to 3 and you're not into it, I don't know what to tell you, but I need to just try again for the 4th time.
I cannot recommend enough the 4th one. So the first 3 books are good, but the 4th book is Wizard and Glass, and it's a prequel. Basically, you see young Roland's story before he
maybe I should read that first.
As a gunslinger, basically. Honestly, Ashley, I think it is the most acceptable for like a new reader. I think more people should read Wizard and Glass first and then go back, honestly.
And then go back. Well, we know I like to start in the middle of things. We know I don't give a fuck about that. I watched the last episode of Lost and then went back and watched all of Lost. And then I started Bridgerton at season 3 and was like, oh, well, this is fun. What have I been missing? So I don't mind coming in things in the middle of things.
Did
somebody say I watched 2 episodes by mistake? Is somebody making fun of me?
Yeah, they are a little bit. Melissa's making fun of you there.
That's perfect. Melissa can always
make
fun of me.
But I feel the second one just picks up the pace in an amazing way. I often say you pay your toll with the Gunslinger and get rewarded by the drawing of the 3. That's a good point. I will just say the 4th one, though, is like worth it all on its own. I think the word is that at least the 4th book and maybe one of the other ones is going to be a movie from Amazon Prime and Flanagan, and then they're going to adapt the other ones into seasons of TV. I don't know. It's going to be like a long plan. We're going to be a while to get there.
I trust that man with all of my Stephen King.
Clayface. That's the other thing that we didn't mention.
Oh, yeah, Clayface.
He's got a Clayface movie from DCU, so it's attached to the Superman movie and Supergirl and the Peacemaker series and everything that James Gunn's doing.
And it looks dark.
Mike Flanagan wrote the original. It looks so and like body horror. It's basically, hey, do you remember that Demi Moore movie you liked like 2 years ago, The Substance? We just did that, but in the DCU. Don't worry about it.
I still haven't watched it.
It really does. It looks like The Substance. I haven't watched it yet either. I'm worried about it.
You shouldn't watch it. I don't think you should. No, it's body horror, Joel. I don't think you should. I mean, it's like big body horror. I don't think you should watch it.
Yeah, there'll be okay.
Let me watch it first and tell you if it's okay.
My oldest Judah watched with his friends the other day.
Is Judah there? Over to the house. You got Judah?
He's in the other room. I asked him. I was like, "Hey, do you want to be on tonight?" He's like, "No, I don't want to be on." He watched Iron Lung, I think was the name of the movie, though, on YouTube. It's from a YouTuber. They made their own horror movie like last year or something. It came out or earlier this year, and they watched it on YouTube. But I asked him, I was like, "What kind of movie is this? I haven't heard about it." It apparently broke the record. It broke the record for the most buckets of blood used on set.
Yes! You guys, I filmed a horror film. So we did the 48-hour film festival for Arkansas last year, and we won our state. Our movie got to go be premiered at the festival in like Portugal. It's this whole like nationwide competition thing. But I was the final girl in this movie, and I got to be covered in blood. And we discovered I look so good covered in blood. I am supposed to be 100% in horror films. I've missed it. I've missed my calling. Who knew? I was trying to do real theater, and what I needed to do was crazy horror.
Have y'all watched Spider Noir? John and I just
Not
finished it.
yet.
We really enjoyed it. I
Not
haven't
yet.
either. I've heard good things.
Brett and I
I've
will
heard good
definitely be
things.
watching that when I get back in town. It is on our immediate list because I've heard it's amazing. I also heard Nicolas Cage is like the worst thing in it, but it's still awesome.
Nicolas Cage is such an interesting thing for me because like he is such a mess most of the time now, but also he's such an interesting. I just feel like he takes strange swings that most actors don't. They just
No, he
don't want to
does.
try
I
something.
mean, and that's his
He
whole
just does
brand
anything.
because he's a Coppola.
Yeah.
And he immediately changed his name because he was like, I don't want to ride on my family's coattails. But it's also like, well, instead of that, everyone knew you were a Coppola, and now you're doing all the weird shit, which I love. I support that. Be that
He is
cousin.
so weird, and it's strangely appealing. Yeah, that's how I feel about him, Andy. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. Ashley, thank you for going to bat for all of us and doing
You're
the
welcome.
thing.
I'm trying to pop this
How fun is
this
that?
last bottle of sparkling wine.
That bottle.
What? It's bottle 2, but I'm with Jana. But I'm definitely drinking the bulk of it. It overflowed. Why?
I love it. Everybody says thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Ashley.
Oh, you guys, it was such an honor to be there. Like, honestly, Joel, my big thanks to you because you do all the heavy lifting on this podcast. Don't shake your head. You know you do. You do all the heavy lifting. You do all the editing. You do all the promotions. You do all of that. And this would not be a thing if you didn't ask for a volunteer. You know what I mean? And so I'm so grateful to you and everything you do for us to like keep us pushing forward, to keep us going, to have us do meetups, to like keep fucking making magic happen. You are the Coven master, Matra.
Y'all gonna make me cry. Listen, I
you,
would
and I'm
not
so
be
grateful
anywhere
for
else in the
you.
world. I feel the same way. Like how lucky are we? Genuinely, how lucky are we?
Oh,
Y'all. Okay, everybody go enjoy, go watch your videos. Ashley's gonna eat and then upload some stuff. So go
no,
look
I'm
for
going to
the
upload
Articulate
before I
Coven
eat.
feeds.
I'm uploading before I eat,
Look
so
at
don't
you.
worry about it.
You're awesome. Matra, we need to put that on the back of my Coven shirt, Joel. I like that, Danny. I might take you up on that, actually. Okay, I could have done that.
We should have jerseys. We need jerseys.
Tommy says, I still wish I could have squatted under your dress, though,
I
Ashley.
know, Tommy,
Danny,
I didn't
would have
wear
put up so much higher, too.
I know. Like, if you could have had me on your shoulders, Tommy, we would have won the night. But also, I wore a shorter skirt. You wouldn't have been able to hide under it. I could not have.
Tommy would have had the night of his life, though.
You would not want to be that close to my crotch, Tommy. I feel certain. But
I have found a new whole body deodorant, Ashley, so I am prepared for that circumstance in the future.
Crotch casters.
Crotch casters.
And that's perfect.
Okay. All right. On that note, we are going to sign off. Thanks, everybody. If you missed this will be up for you later this week. Stay tuned for our coverage of the Vampire Lestat coming over the next several weeks, and then we'll have some flan again for you after that.
If you're awake for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be uploading videos to the group and to the Instagram. So wherever you hang, there they are. There they will be, and it's going to be messy and silly. And apologies for my enthusiastic singing in the background anytime it happens.
Good night, everybody. Thank y'all.
Mwah.
Bye.
Thank you for sharing this time with the Articulate Coven. Support the show as either a free or paid member at articulatecoven.com/join. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. Find more from the Coven with our sister show, Flan Again, covering the works of Mike Flanagan.